YouTubers are known for promoting their own or somebody else's business, but at least they have an idea of what is really going on in the background. But in the case of CJ So Cool, things aren't as transparent. Hello and welcome to our channel. Today, we're going to talk about CJ So Cool and the controversy around his new mansion and business. So let's begin. Popular YouTuber CJ So Cool is known for his antics, comments, vlogs, and challenges. His CJ So Cool channel has millions of followers, and he frequently includes his girlfriend and kids in his videos. CJ is noted for his upbeat and entertaining delivery on a wide range of topics. Some of his videos, especially some of his pranks, have been criticized for being in poor taste. Well, recently, he has started a new gimmick, and we are going to look into it. The Airbnb mansion and beauty parlors CJ claims to own 50% of are the focus of today's investigation. It is yet to be determined who the other partner is, but other inquiries have led to the conclusion that CJ's manager, together with a partner, may be responsible for the company. CJ is pleading with his fans to make financial investments in this business. One main issue is that CJ's management appears to be benefiting more than CJ from this arrangement. Evidence suggests that CJ's purported ownership stake is more PR than substance. Neither CJ's claims or ownership nor his purported association with the salon make any logical sense. We feel worried about this whole situation, and followers may believe they are being used to fund the leader's opulent lifestyles rather than offered a legitimate business opportunity due to the lack of information provided and the heavy emphasis placed on advertising. There's a hint of dishonesty in the way the company is described as well. Therefore, we have our doubts about whether or not this is a real firm. Have I been duped? There's simply something about it that doesn't sit right with us, and we can't put our finger on it. CJ advertises exciting new prospects for women in the Las Vegas and Henderson area, demonstrating what appears to be a talent for manipulation. He has promised to make public appearances and meet and greet with fans at a salon that has been getting lots of attention. CJ doesn't mind flaunting the mansion he rents for $2,000 a night or the rest of his lavish lifestyle. However, this is when our brains begin to boggle. This mansion has made cameo appearances in a number of movies and TV series. The question is whether or not CJ actually requires something so ostentatious. What's the use of having such a huge house if there are only 5 or 6 of us? He seems intent on showing off his lavish lifestyle and vast fortune. But let's stop and think about the origins of this cash. No amount of toil or ingenuity could take credit for it. Instead, CJ's lavish lifestyle is paid for through endorsements and promotions, such as the beauty salon he encourages his admirers to patronize. It's a virtuous cycle where he enjoys a lavish lifestyle thanks to his devoted fan base. Nothing about this is meant to encourage somebody to think positively or attempt anything remarkable. It's all about making a good impression and showing off your money. He's overdoing it with the display of wealth, driving about in 10 Ferraris when 2 would be enough. It's like an attempt to impress others when one's superiority and prestige by displaying it. The whole thing seems pointless and extravagant to us. When he talks about the bathrooms, there are 7 to 8 in this house, and it isn't like everyone's going to take one at the same time. Not only does it not make sense, but the message it conveys is not upbeat and encouraging in any way. It appears more as an attempt to demonstrate superiority over his audience and to capitalize on his notoriety and power to fund his lavish lifestyle. The ultimate effect is to make us question the sincerity of all the flash and dazzle. Is it an honest effort to get to know the audience better and give back, or is it just another way to cash in on people's enthusiasm for a certain brand or way of life? There's a thin line between helping and taking advantage of someone, and we can't tell which side this case is on. There are concerns about the genuineness and motivations behind the extravagant lifestyle, the enormous financial outlay, and the seemingly pointless extravagances. Not exactly a move that would encourage or motivate others. Instead, it gives off the impression of a carefully produced image meant to impress and overwhelm, maybe at the expense of people who are being influenced to spend money. A situation like this makes us ask if the supporters are even getting the complexities of what they're backing and whether or not they have a firm grasp of the values at play. The nature of CJ and his manager G appears to be somewhat murky. We suspect that G is a manager of some kind, perhaps of several companies that aren't doing as well as they could. We can't help but question why a wealthy businessman would hang out with CJ. We get that CJ's popularity and social media following could be appealing, but we don't see why G would give up his enterprises to manage CJ. Especially if the companies are making money, this makes no sense. Maybe G thinks he can get more exposure for his current businesses by capitalizing on CJ's large fan base. If the companies are having trouble or not getting the recognition they deserve, this makes sense. Working together with CJ would be a clever tactic to expand your clientele. The exclusion of information regarding certain business partners, for example, raises suspicions. This lack of transparency and the cunning way in which information is being withheld are both causes for concern. As it becomes clear that CJ's manager is behaving more casually than professionally, the situation becomes more complicated in some cases. Like CJ's former coworker, Lexi's transition from an employee to a more personal relationship, the boundaries between the two can seem hazy. We are concerned that CJ's repeated inability to respect professional boundaries will continue to cause friction in his life. It's possible that CJ and G are financially intertwined. After all, some of the companies he's been promoting as of late have ties to each other. However, the haziness and any unseen links might be unsettling. Furthermore, we see that CJ is engaged in a number of pursuits that are inconsistent with the manager-client relationship. CJ and his manager get along surprisingly well, acting more like friends than coworkers in their everyday interactions. Given the lack of openness around certain corporate dealings, we fear that this could be another disaster in the making. The same happened with the entire Lexi event. It was an employee-employer relationship, but when things became more intimate, the entire thing came crashing down. So, that's all the time we had today, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon on your way out. See you all next time.